back to another episode of Book It and Cook It. I'm Vicki Fleshauer from the South Whitley Community Public Library. And for the month of December, I thought we would make gingerbread biscotti. The spice of the month that in December is ginger, and that of course is included in this recipe. So if you stop by the library, or if you're close to South Whitley, Indiana, and you stop by the library the next few days, you can pick up a sample of ginger and along with this recipe, and you can make it as well. I will also put the recipe in the description of the video. It is from Southern Living, and I'll also link to their website as well. So let's get into this. So here in this small bowl, I have 2 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of ginger, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, a teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt, and then I didn't have any cloves or nutmeg, so I used pumpkin pie spice, and it's a half a teaspoon of cloves and a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg if you have those, and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. So that's in this bowl, and you just want to stir it up a little bit, whisk it, or just use a spoon and stir that together. And then in this bowl, we have 3/4 of a cup of packed brown sugar and a stick of butter, so a half a cup of butter that's been softened. So I'm going to go ahead and stir these together, and then we're going to be adding 2 eggs, one at a time, and then we're going to add in our flour mixture to that. So I'll be right back when I have this mixed up. Now we're going to add in an egg, or 2 eggs, one at a time, and beat after each one. So we're going to do that. Add in our second one. And then we're going to add in a tablespoon of molasses. And it also calls for 2 teaspoons of ground orange zest, but I don't have that, so we're going to be skipping that. So a tablespoon of molasses here. Mix that in. And now we're going to gradually add in our flour. You could also do this in a stand mixer. I just didn't want to use the stand mixer today, so I'm using the hand mixer instead. So I'm going to beat this in, and then I'll come back and show you what this looks like before we put it out onto the pan. Okay, so I've got these out on my pastry mat here on some flour. I added about a 1/4 cup more flour because it seemed very sticky. So it says to shape these into 2 10-inch logs, so I'm trying my best to shape these here. And I forgot to mention at the beginning, you need to preheat your oven to 325. And I've got it. I don't know if they should be flat, if they should be round. I'm not sure. So we're just going with this. Turn this one over here. And it just says divide into two 10-inch by 2.5-inch logs. So I'm sticking to my mat a little bit. Put it down here where there's some flour. And then you need to transfer them to a baking sheet. And these are going to bake for about 30 minutes. And you want to place them about 3 inches apart on your cookie sheet. So I think I need to scrunch that up, flatten it out a little bit. So we're going to transfer this to our cookie sheet over here. Set this up here. This way. So you can see. Scrunch that up some. I don't think they're going to be real pretty. Okay, I'm going to transfer this one. It says about 3 inches apart on your cookie sheet. Scrunch that up some. Okay, and like I said, these are going to go in a 325 oven for about 30 minutes for the first bake. And then we're going to take them out from the oven, let them cool for half an hour to room temp, sorry. Don't turn the oven off. And then we're going to do a second bake after we slice them. So these are going to go in the oven for a half hour, and then we'll come back and do the second part of this video. Okay, the biscotti is out of the oven and it's been cooling for a half an hour here. And they did spread because they had baking powder and baking soda in them. So now it says to cut them at the diagonal about 1 inch apart, 1-inch slices. So you should end up with about 20 pieces when you're done, but I don't know, we'll see here. So just like that. And then these are going to go back in the oven for, I think it's 8 to 10 minutes. Yeah, about 8 minutes a side. So it doesn't say to flip them. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 out of that one. Well, here's what it looks like on the inside. So we're going to lay those back on the cookie sheet. And cut the other one up here in a second. And again on the diagonal. And when these come out of the oven the second time, we're going to let them cool again for about a half an hour, and then we're going to melt some white chocolate and dip the end of it in some white chocolate. And we get 10 that time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we've got 21 pieces here. And these would be good with a cup of tea or hot cocoa or coffee, because they are a good dunking cookie after this second bake, when they're going to become harder, because right now they're pretty soft. So here's what our tray looks like. And I'm going to put these back in the oven. Again, the oven's at 325, and I did not turn it off as per the instructions. So we'll put that back in the oven, and they'll bake for about 8 minutes or so. It says 8 minutes per side. So I'm not sure. We'll see what they look like. It says turn until they are toasted and turn a deeper chocolate brown about 8 minutes aside. Remove it from the oven and transfer them and let them cool for 30 minutes. So we're going to do that, and then we'll come back and dip them in our chocolate. Okay, the biscotti's out of the oven. It's been cooling for about a half an hour, and I melted some white chocolate, and I have that here. So we're going to dip or kind of spread our chocolate, because it didn't melt real good, onto the ends of our biscotti. And then we're going to let that air dry for a little while. There, doesn't look real pretty, but so you would just continue doing this until you have all of your pieces in your white chocolate, and then let them cool. And you could, like I said earlier, serve this with some tea or coffee. Hot chocolate would be good too. So that's what that looks like. So I'll do another one here. And you could even put sprinkles on this, I imagine. So that's what those look like. And I'm going to plate these up, and I'll show you what the finished product is. Hi everybody. So I had to let the biscotti, the white chocolate, dry overnight because it was late when I got this done last night. So I decided to show you what it looks like this morning. And this is what I got when I was all finished. I kind of had to smear the white chocolate onto the cookies, but these are what they look like. And I forgot to mention that I did end up baking them 8 minutes, and then I turned them over on their sides and another 8 minutes, and then flipped them to the other side in another 8 minutes. So 24 minutes altogether for these cookies. They are really good, and I hope that you will try them, and I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.